Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. People look at the Islamic world and its devotional traditions, and sometimes if they're not Muslims, they ask, why is there this great love for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Why are these celebrations so widely observed? I remember when I was a student undergraduate in Cairo at Al-Azhar, Prophet's birthday, we would get the day off. Every student out of tens of thousands would get a box of sweets, and it was a celebration. And those celebrations exist in spiritually healthy and scholarly parts of the Islamic world in an exuberant and beautiful way. Today, if you go to Javanese towns in Indonesia and you see the tradition of Sekaten, for instance, they call it Sekaten there, you can see street processions, and it's a wonderful way of inculcating the love for the chosen one in people's hearts and bringing non-Muslims to Islam, because who doesn't like a street procession and sweets and a celebration? But the reason for this, for some non-Muslims, seems strange, and that also seems strange. Because he brought his people out of the shadows into the light. Min al-zulumat ila nur. How had they been before Islam? Fighting each other, tribal hatreds, the lex talionis or the tha'r, vendettas, feuds. It was like the mafia or mafia gangs ruling the entire subcontinent of the Arabian Peninsula. The symbol of that, each tribe having its own deity, a pantheon, with various occult magical practices attached to that, the occult based on fear rather than love. The practice of ignoring the weak, the traveller, the orphan, the widow, no social services, the practice, we are told in the Quran itself, of female infanticide. It's worth looking at the statistics for female fetus abortions around the world today. Why are there 30 million more men than women in China? It's because of the practice of aborting female fetuses. Why do you not find that in Muslim countries? If you go over the border from India, which has a problem with that, into Bangladesh or Pakistan, where you don't have a problem with that. Where does this come from? From the chosen one, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, where the Quran says, وَإِذَا بُشِّرَ أَحَدُهُمْ بِالْأُنْثَى ظَلَّ وَجْهُهُ مُسْوَدًّا وَهُوَ كَظِيمٌ. Talking about the pagan Arabs, if one of them is given the good news of the birth of a girl, his face turns black and he's full of rage. He tries to hide from the people, min su'i ma bushira bih, because of his dislike of the good news that is received. He almost hides from people. Sa'a ma yahkumun. Evil is their judgment. And we know the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that if you have 3 daughters and you love them and you bring them up well, you'll be resurrected in his company, which is the greatest wish for Muslims. So the overturning the Islamic revolution, where they believed in the many, now they believed in the one. Where they had been divided into fighting tribes, now they were united. Where they had had these really terrible practices, magical forms of superstition, terrible attitudes with regard to gender, family, the old, the orphan, the traveller, the wayfarer, the stranger, covered by the new practice of zakat, which Arabia had not known before. And then this beautiful new community spreading out and embraced across the world. His message comes to Spain, and within 100 years, most Spanish people have become Muslim. To get rid of them again, it takes the Inquisition and the Crusaders 800 years of extreme violence in order to get that love of the chosen one out of the hearts of the people. And even in the 17th century, you still find Spanish Muslims secretly writing, and what is their favorite subject? Love of the chosen one, al-madha, praising the chosen one, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in the teeth of the Inquisition and the hatred of the established religion that had taken over their land. So, yeah, tremendous love, the greatest love, and love which we all pray for, and love which we hope to share with others, and love which comes naturally as soon as you really dive into the sweet sea of Islam and reconfigure your rough life according to the beauty of the Sunnah. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.